Hi, I'm Omnisunday. Deoxys is the DNA Pokemon, and it has some pretty wacky Pokedex entries. The DNA of a space virus underwent a sudden mutation upon exposure to a laser beam and resulted in Deoxys. The crystalline organ on this Pokemon's chest appears to be its brain. Deoxys emerged from a virus that came from space. It is highly intelligent and wields psychokinetic powers. This Pokemon shoots lasers from the crystalline organ on its chest. God, I love laser beams. Laser beams are so cool. That last part wasn't a Pokedex entry, but it's more real than Deoxys will ever be. Anyway, alien virus Pokemon, cool as heck, let's make an Opelucid form. Just so you know, this one's a little darker than usual. Nothing too crazy, but it might be a bit upsetting if you're not in the mood for unethical experiments. Oh yeah, and if you're new here, you might not know what Opelucid means. In short, it's like Hisui in Legends Arceus, but for Unova and in the future. Fairies are extinct, Team Plasma reigns supreme. As for the design of this Pokemon, I kept pretty close to Deoxys' original design, but I wanted to put an emphasis on its core. It's a bit of a basic, cool, edgy, corrupted Pokemon kind of thing, but I promise the other forms will be more creative. Here's the final art. Deoxys was experimented on by Team Plasma and tortured to the brink of insanity. We don't know the full story of what happened to it other than it escaped from one of Team Plasma's labs. Deoxys is an Ice-type Pokemon with the ability Empty Heart and hidden ability Pressure. Empty Heart boosts this Pokemon's attack, special attack, and speed after a KO, but lowers its defense and special defense. Its stats are even other than its low HP, though by even I mean evenly high. Its bulk is pretty bad, but its typing wasn't built for that anyway. It learns a move called Black Hole, which is an Ice-type move that calcs damage based on the user's special defense rather than the opponent's. This form wouldn't use it too well, but others might. Its move pool isn't the widest, but Swords Dance and Nasty Plot will always go hard. It learns Extreme Speed, which is unique to this core form. Deoxys might get banned from Scarlet and Violet's OU, but honestly, I don't even know since they were so slow with Chen Pao, and this is just slower and weaker. The ability helps, but I don't know. In the Opelucid meta I've been building, anything that beats dragons is always nice. It kinda loses to the other mons that beat dragons, but it's fast and a boosted superpower and or earth power is cool on the steel types. I think he's chill. He could be that guy. Y'all know he's nice like that. Anyway, Deoxys is scary and cold or whatever, I'm gonna be real. This guy's filler for the other ones. After creating the core form, Team Plasma divided Deoxys' genome into 4 parts and cloned it from there. They kept one untouched and experimented on 3 other clones. The first experiment was to burn Deoxys. They wanted to see the temperatures needed to melt its proteins and how Deoxys would react. Its body and mind denatured, but it lives. No temperature that Team Plasma could reach would kill Deoxys, and all that built with the heat was its rage. Its body was deformed, its mind was warped, and all it knew was fury. With this design, I was trying to make it look angry or creepy looking, but it was hard since the melty look makes it softer. He's half muck with a crazed kind of face. Here's the final art. Just to be clear, these forms aren't like regular Deoxys which can switch between them at will. These are 4 separate Pokemon, though obviously they share the dex number. Deoxys Denatured is an Ice Ghost-type Pokemon with the ability Empty Heart and hidden ability Well-Baked Body. It doesn't learn Extreme Speed, but gets Lava Plume, which it can use efficiently with its huge special stats. Nasty Plot goes crazy with this guy, but luckily it doesn't get Recover or Calm Mind. It's not fast, but it's fast enough that a Choice Scarf sets, or even Empty Heart could catch people off guard. As a bulky Pokemon, the Ice typing is a hindrance, but Ghost and Well-Baked Body help a ton. It still has 4 weaknesses, but 3 immunities and 3 resistances make it almost okay. It can beat a lot of Dragon types that use Fire and Fighting type moves to beat Ice and Steel types. I'm not sure if this would be ban-worthy for SVOU at this point, but it would definitely be good. Deoxys' denatured form crawls on the ground like a snail, though the only trace it leaves is a trail of fire. Team Plasma's next experiment was to shower it in radiation. Surely the cancer that has taken countless lives would take Deoxys as well. Even when all its cells were dividing uncontrollably, and it was an immeasurable pain and sickness, Deoxys lived. Its mentality is unpredictable and it seems to be in a manic rage. With this design, I went with something like those wacky zombies you see with growths all over them, but keeping in mind that it's a Pokemon, so it should still be a little silly. I like the eyes and the big smile. Here's the final art. Deoxys Malignant is an Ice Dark-type Pokemon with the ability Empty Heart and a hidden ability called Manic Maximum. This ability boosts this Pokemon's attack and special attack one stage on switch-in, but it's locked to its first chosen move. It forgets Extreme Speed or Lava Plume for Power Trip. I think this Pokemon is pretty bad in singles, though Terastallization makes it decent against physical attackers. It's too slow and frail on the special side to be useful at all outside Trick Room with such a bad defensive typing. In Trick Room though, perhaps in doubles, this guy is a monster with its free +1 on offense. This means the choice item gives it 2.25 times attack or special attack, which goes crazy with Ice Dark-type stabs and maybe a fighting or ground-type move as coverage. I could see this being in snow teams with Aurora Veil, which, if Bax has taught us anything, would land Deoxys in Ubers. This Malignant form attacks with nuclear laser beams because he's awesome and laser beams are cool. It's being blamed for an increase in cancer in recent years, though it's likely a multitude of other causes. When it comes to flight or fight, this Pokemon doesn't seem to have an option for flight. Team Plasma's final experiment with Deoxys was to combine its DNA with humans. An unlucky grunt was chosen to fuse with Deoxys, and he still screams for help in a distorted voice. With this design, I wanted to keep with the Deoxys face I've been doing, but with a specifically human features combined with Deoxys. I went for something a little creepy and definitely not a Pokemon design, but hey, I'm having fun and nobody watches this far anyway. Here's the final art. Deoxys Sapient is an Ice Psychic-type Pokemon with the ability Empty Heart and hidden ability Merciless. It forgets Extreme Speed, Lava Plume, or Beat Up for a signature move called Spirit Bomb. It's a potentially incredibly powerful Psychic-type attack that gets stronger for each fainted Pokemon in your party. It's last respects but Psychic-type. Its stats are mediocre other than low HP, good speed, and incredible special defense. The move is enough to put in Ubers, so I think the bad stat spread and horrible typing are excusable. All you need is a team that overwhelms the opponent's Dark types, and Spirit Bomb with an Empty Heart can sweep a team. You could run Specs, Scarf, Assault Vest, or even a Twisted Spin. I wouldn't go with Life Orb because that's like chipping yourself down to die to priority, which is already likely enough with the defense drops of Empty Heart. This sapient form of Deoxys prefers to sit alone in darkness to avoid the gaze of fellow humans. Any life form, big or small, that gets close to Deoxys is annihilated, which seems to make it sad. Deoxys feels compassion and empathy, but its body is incapable of showing that. Its tears can be found in lonely spots around Apollucid, which can revive a Pokemon and heal it to max HP, with the side effect of resetting its EVs to 0. That's about it for this video. Let me know if you think I was trying too hard to be edgy, or any other criticism. I'm not really an edgy person, so I'm not gonna make too much of this style of story, but I'm curious if anyone wants to see more. I was just trying it out. Check out my Patreon, where you can get your name said at the end of my videos for just $1 a month. Thanks, Captain Colop. My next Pokemon video will be another one where I buff weaker Pokemon to be pseudo-legendaries. I'll try and balance them a bit better this time, or most of them at least. I hope to see you there, consider subscribing, and thanks for watching.